Hello, everybody. My name is Antonise, and I am a double diamond leader with It Works Global. I will also be one of your co-hosts for tonight's call. It's me and four other young ladies, and I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves before we get started. Vanessa.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm also a double diamond with It Works Global. I live here in Orlando, Florida, and I'm excited for this call tonight.
Okay, Vanessa, go ahead, Makasa.
All right, hello everyone. I am a double diamond leader as well. I live in Tallahassee, Florida, by way of Crestview, Florida, a tiny town in Florida. I've been in the business for 3 years, and I'm super excited to share with you guys tonight.
Okay, Antoinette.
Hey everyone, I'm Antoinette Fultz McQueen. I have been in for 4 years now. I'm a double diamond and I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia, but I'm living in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And I can't wait to party with you guys tonight.
Okay, Courtney.
Hey y'all, my name is Courtney Matthews and I'm also a double diamond leader with It Works Global. I've been in the business for a little over a year and a half, October the 3rd, 2016. And I don't know if I said I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, born and raised.
Okay. And like I said, my name is Antonise. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida as well. And I've been in the business now for almost 2 years. And I'm also a double diamond leader with It Works. And I know y'all hear all of us saying we're double diamond leaders, we're double diamond leaders. And if you're not in the business, you probably have no idea what that means. Well, basically, as a double diamond leader, the average pay for our rank is somewhere between $4,500 and $5,000 a month. So we're all averaging about $5,000 a month with this business. As you can see, we've all been in the business a different amount of time. Courtney and myself, right over a year. Makasa and Vanessa, about 3 years. And Antoinette, 4 years. But we're all at the same level. And we're just going to go ahead and share, some things that have happened to us and some let you know our stories of how we got into the business. One thing that we do all have in common is we are all moms. As you can see, we are mamas on a mission. So we invited you, whoever invited you here tonight probably thought this would be a very good opportunity for you. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Makasa, tell us a little bit about what you were doing before you started with It Works Global.
Sure. So just a little background on myself. I'm a single mother, and I'm also an engineer. I went to FAMU. Shout out to the Rattlers. But I went to FAMU, got a degree in engineering, and I just knew that was going to be like my dream job. Like since I was a little girl, my dad was an engineer, and I just knew that I was going to be an engineer too. So I got into the career field. I wanted to work in the manufacturing world because that's where the money is. Like, if you're getting a job or a degree in engineering, you want to work for a manufacturing company because usually that's where you're going to get the bulk of your money. So I got a really great job as a quality engineer at one of the top food manufacturing companies in the U.S. And I got to a point to where I found we had taken on some large contracts with like generic food chains like Walmart, Publix, and doing like their generic like Publix line of food products. So our demand just increased tremendously. So I would go to work on Fridays. And my boss would be like, we have to get this production out. We need all hands on deck this weekend. I need you to stay or come to work on Saturday and Sunday. As a single mom in an area I had a few family members, and I just didn't have the help with my daughter. So I would literally get to work on Friday, find out that I need to drop my daughter off at somebody's house on Saturday and Sunday so I could work. Like I was working 50 to 70 hours a week. And one day I was just like, I worked hard, not hard for me to like be away from my daughter this much. So I got to a place where I was just really dissatisfied. I was looking for more, but I didn't know what more was. So yeah, that's kind of where I was. Do you want me to go into like how I found out about the business or just like where I was at that point?
That's fine. Just
Okay.
What were you doing?
Yes, I was working in a manufacturing field, working 50 to 70 hours a week, like super stressed out and not spending time with my daughter.
And you graduated from college, you were an engineer, and then you were still working how many hours a week?
Like I was working Monday through Sunday, like every 7 days a week.
Oh God,
it was crazy.
Okay, so Mama, I see why you're on a mission. Antoinette, tell us a little bit about what you were doing before you found It Works.
Hey guys, so what I was doing before I started It Works, I was actually a college student. I had just went into my senior year of college and I was working part-time. I'm an AKA. I also was Miss Senior at the time and I was in just a lot of organizations. And of course, you know, just graduating, those graduation fees, things like that, it costs. And that part-time job, I was probably making about $300 every 2 weeks. And that was nothing. That was not enough to pay for my car payment, my car insurance, anything. So that's pretty much what I was doing before I had got started and just needing more income. So yeah, that's what I was doing. Unmute yourself. I think she was saying Courtney.
I'm sorry, Courtney. Before you found it work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so prior to joining this business, I was actually, am I muted? I'm good. So prior to joining this business, I was a mom. I'm a single mom of 2. So I have 2, and I was working in corporate America. So I've been working in corporate America. Sorry, I'm trying to switch my screens, y'all. My bad. So I was working in corporate America for 8 years, actually being this before finding It Works. I was on maternity leave with my son. My son was 4 weeks at the time. I had been working this corporate America job. I won't lie, I didn't hate my job prior to, you know, finding this business. I just realized once I joined the business, I realized how much I had been limiting myself on that job that I was on for 8 years. So basically, where I was on maternity leave. I was a brand new mama of 2. My son was 4 weeks old. I really just started to make an extra $500 a month. That's pretty much it.
That's a lot. That's pretty much it. And where were you before It Works?
All right, so before It Works, we were living, so I'm from Florida. We were living in Virginia at the time. And I was a school social worker up there. Yes, I was up there by internet. I was a school social worker up there. And at the time, my son, who is now 4, but he was a little over 1 at the time. And I was just like, for me, it was like, I don't know, it was just like something clicked for me once I became a mom. And I was just like, I really just want to have more. I want to be able to, you know, save for my son. But at the time I was a school social worker. I was a 12-month social worker. And it was only 12 of us out of 50 people who were 12 months. So I was just like, well, I want to be a 10-month social worker so I can, you know, spend the summers with my kids, because that's all people would talk about over the summers. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to go to Florida, take our kids to Florida. And for me, I was just like, that'd be dope if I could go home, but I have to work. And at the time, you know, just being able to switch from 12 months to 10 months wasn't an option for us financially. So I was just like, if I could just make an extra income to just be 10 months and be off for the summer, like I would really, really appreciate it. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I just prayed and I asked God, like, even if it was like another job, like I would look on Indeed, I would look everywhere, and I couldn't find anything. And it's funny how things happen, because I found this opportunity, and right after I found it, I found out I was going to be laid off. So even though I was looking for it because I wanted it, but come to find out I found it and I needed it. So that's where I was before I found It Works, just working as a 10-month school social worker, praying to just change because I wanted to be home with my son and still work, but I wanted that extra free time and to be able to do whatever I wanted to do. So that's why I was right before I found this opportunity.
And how did you find this opportunity, Vanessa?
I found it just scrolling on Instagram, and I saw it, and I saw a girl in Virginia doing it, but once I saw like all these people from FAMU. So let me back up. I went to FAMU, got my undergrad degree in social work, got my master's in social work. So I went to college, did all that, did everything right, got a job. But once I got that job, I was just like, something isn't clicking. So yeah, so I just was scrolling on Instagram, never thought I would find like extra income on Instagram, or if I did that, I would be skeptical about it. But I was just like, so many people I know that look like me are doing this, and they're successful. So let me just do it. I never thought once, nobody would support me or anything like that. I just was like, this has to work for me. And I made it work for me, and I've been here 3 years. So that's how I found it, on Instagram.
Okay. Vanessa found it on Instagram. Okay. Courtney, you said that you're a single mom of two and that you also were in corporate America. So tell me what your day looks like now.
Okay, well, can we back up just a second? Because I feel like, Anthony's, your story is just as amazing as everybody else's. So can you tell us how you got started with the business?
I was going to tell at the end.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I was going to tell at the end. But I've been in the business, like I said, it'll be 2 years for me in May. When I started this business, I found this business on Facebook. Vanessa found it on Instagram, I found it on Facebook. I found the business from a young lady I had just met in person 2 months before this. And we met at a crab boil. I don't know about y'all or where y'all from, but down here in Jacksonville, Florida, we love us a good crab boil. So me and this young lady, we started conversating at this crab boil. And then one day she inboxed me on Facebook and was like, who did your hair? Because I was trying to get my hair like that. So, y'all know once you ask somebody who did their hair, y'all friends now. So she was my friend. She didn't know it. But then she started making these posts about she's looking for some ladies who want to make some extra income. Y'all know, y'all see us posted all the time. So I knew that she was a lawyer and she had this company called the Credit Bar. So, I'm like, okay, she ain't with no scams. So when she put it up there, I'm like, let's meet for lunch. So we met for lunch. When I got there, y'all, I went in. I had on my nice flats with jewels on the top, with my stockings that was sheer to the waist, with my nice pencil skirt, with my dress shirt. I had on my good interview outfit. That was my interview outfit back then. So I had on my good interview outfit. And I had my resumes and my manila photos because I thought I was going to get a job. Now, mind y'all, let me back it up just 1 second. Before this young lady made this post, I was already working 5 jobs. I was working 5 jobs. I have 2 teenage sons that I'm the single mom of that want to play football, basketball, soccer, hockey, pillow polo, rugby, everything they get their hands on, they want to play something. So I'm always all over the place. I was a full-time student in school for my business administration degree, and I was working 5 jobs. I'm a licensed esthetician by trade. So I was doing facials, I was driving for Uber, I was driving for Lyft, I have a cleaning company, and I also was doing merchandising for a company named Revlon. Now, y'all probably thinking, well, lady, why are you going on a job interview? Because I was broke. Long story short, I was broke. All that, get paid from here on Wednesday, I'm broke again, so I get paid from here on Friday. I'm broke again, so I get paid from there on this day. And like it was bad, y'all. So when the young lady put the thing up that she was looking for some ladies who want to make some residual income, I was like, okay, she a lawyer. She has this credit repair company. So she ain't running no scams. So put on my nice little outfit. I go in. I meet with her. When I get there, she has all this green stuff on the table. And she starts explaining to me about this opportunity. Now, I already got 5 jobs. I'm busy, so I ain't got time for this. I just want to eat my sandwich and leave because I thought she was going to hire me for a job. And evidently, ain't no job here, so it's time for me to go, So that's what I was thinking in my head, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to just eat my sandwich. I don't remember nothing that she said. All I remember is when we was getting ready to go, she was like, well, it's $99 to sign up. You're going to get this kit, da, 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 da. So in my mind, I'm thinking, so I ain't got $99. But I didn't want her to feel like I wasted her time. So I was like, okay, I gave her my credit card, had my fingers crossed under the table because I don't even know how much was on there. But she came back, she was like, oh, okay, it was approved. I was like, oh, because I was going to be so embarrassed. But it went through. Everything went through. When I checked my card, I got in the car, I had $115 on that card, and she took $113 and some change to sign me up for this. So I should have known then that was a sign, but I was like, no. So she would call me all the time, and she would be like, oh, you ready to start your business? You ready to start your business? You ready to start your business? I was like, no, girl, I ain't got time for that. I'm too busy. I got all these jobs. I go to school. I'm busy. I ain't got time for that. So she continued to follow up with me. It took me about 6 months. About 6 months later, she followed up with me one day, and she asked me, you ready to start your business? She started explaining it to me. And for some reason at that point, I was just like, okay, I'm going to give it a try. Now, I don't know if y'all can see me out there in Zoom land, but like I am a real deal, like 6'1", 200 pounds. So the first thing that was in my head, like, I'm not going to tell nobody no weight loss stuff because ain't nobody finna buy no weight loss stuff from me. But at that time, when she said, when she called me this one day, I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. I started in the business. Am I going too far? See, Courtney, that's why you can't get me stirred up. I started the business.
Keep going because we dying.
It was like 5.5, 6 months after I actually started up. It was October the 16th of 2016. I started selling. We have this hair, skin, nail tablet that I started selling. So from that day to the end of October, like I was selling these pills to everybody because, again, I was scared to sell weight loss stuff. So I would only sell the hair, skin, nail pills. At the end of the month, I realized, like, okay, they telling me, I'm watching all these people. I start following all these black girls with all this black girl magic all over Facebook, all over Instagram. They selling these products. They getting rich. They becoming millionaires. And I ain't going to be able to be a millionaire just selling hair, nail pills. So at that point, I started to sell the other products. And the rest is history. Da-da!
Girl, I forgot the question you asked me now.
You can't get me started. But the next question, Courtney, what did I ask you? Okay, the next question is, what does your typical day look like? First of all, how did you find It Works? Like, how did you find It Works? And then after that, what does your day look like?
Okay, so I said how I found it. Okay, I found It Works on social media. So I found It Works on Facebook. Okay, just the same person that enrolled Anthony's enrolled me. And basically, she was posting about making an extra $500 a month. So when I think what caught my attention was one day she posted her little It Works card, because when you become a distributor, you get like a little prepaid It Works card. She posted a picture of her paying with her MAC products with her It Works card. And I was like, okay, well, I want some extra money so I can go ball in MAC too. And honestly, that's really what caught my attention. And then as time went on, I just kept watching her. I would Google what is It Works, trying to figure out what she was doing, because just like Anthony's, like I knew her from around. I knew her from being around, went to the same hair salon. We just kind of knew each other from the same circles that we ran in or whatnot. And I knew she was a lawyer. I knew she owned her own business. So I was like, okay, she's got to be legit. Whatever she's doing has got to be lucrative because she's a stand-up person, So I remember seeing her at the beginning of October of 2016. She posted a picture with her hands up, number 5, and she was like, I got 5 spots left on my team. So I was like, okay, I need one of them spots. And I reached out to her literally on a Sunday evening. And I said, hey, girl, what you selling? I need some extra money. And the very next day, we met up at a Starbucks, just like how she got Anthony's. We met up at Starbucks. And I signed up literally the very next day. I signed up at the business. And that was it. My day-to-day, I have 2 kids. My daughter is actually, my daughter is 7. My son is 1 year old. He's 18 months actually. So my daughter goes to school, of course, she's in 2nd grade, but my son, on the other hand, he stays home with me all day long. All day long, my son is home with me. So my day-to-day is me taking my daughter to school. So I wake up about between 6 and 6:30. I do my devotional, read, get my prayer closet, all of that. Get my kids ready, fed, get my daughter off school, come back home, and it's just me and Chance. And in between working my business, I'm a full-time mom. Like I'm a full-time work from home mom. So my days, most days are scheduled, most days are not. Some days go according to plan. Some days just don't, but all in all, I work my business maybe like 2 to 3 times out of the day. I definitely work him in the hour to 2 hours that he's sleeping. That's when I get most of my business done, like in the lunchtime hours between noon and 2. But then in the evening, I work with my team. I coach my team. And yeah, and that's it. So it's pretty simple. That's my day. It sounds simple, but my days, they go fast and they are like, can be a little crazy sometimes with my kids and all of that. So yeah, that's my day to day, if any of that makes sense.
That sounds interesting. Now I want you guys to take 2 things from what we just said. 1, do not meet anybody at Starbucks if you think you're going for a job, because you see it's not going to, they set you up at Starbucks. If somebody tell you they want to meet you at Starbucks, it's a setup, y'all. There was only one thing, I don't know why I said 2. Makaysa, give me a little snippet of what a day in the life of Makaysa looks like.
Okay, so I'm going to do it before and after. So before It Works, this was my day in the life. So I had to be to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock in the morning. So number 1, I had to find a daycare that allowed me to drop Riley, my daughter, off before 6. So that was number one. Luckily, like neighboring manufacturing plant had a daycare that they own, Procter & Gamble. So they had a daycare that they owned, and they allowed Riley to like come over and go to their daycare. And it was like 24/7 daycare. So I would drop her off. We'd wake up around 4, get her dressed. Like she's barely like wanting to get up, get her dressed, take her to daycare. And I would work. Like some days I would get off after 8 hours. Some days I'd be there longer, like putting out fires. And by the time I pick her up, it's like a matter of like racing the clock. Like we were in a rat race, like racing the clock to get her home, get her fed, bathed. And I had no energy, like no energy at all for nothing else. Like I barely had energy to like take care of her. And mind you, I'm walking across this like plant all day, like on my feet, super tired. So I just was exhausted every single day. And I felt like I was in a rat race, literally, like every single day of the week, Monday through Sunday. So that was my life before it worked. So once I like found It Works, I was able to quit, or number one, I went to my boss and told him that I was no longer working on weekends because I had supplemented my income to where I was able to basically, because overtime pay was good. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was getting my salary on top of overtime pay for working on the weekends. So that was, my checks were super lit. So basically, I was able to tell my boss I'm not working on weekends anymore, and I didn't have to suffer financially for doing that because I had It Worked. So that was number one. And so with me having my weekends open, I was able to spend more time with my daughter, going shopping, going to do whatever, like any fun stuff with her, birthday parties, put her in more extracurricular activities and all of that. And then gradually I was able to leave that job completely because I was just like, this is too time consuming, too stressful. I took a lower paying job with the state of Florida. I moved back home to Florida, worked for the state of Florida as an engineer. I had a little bit more flexibility just working Monday through Friday. I took that pay cut because I had It Works again, because I had something to supplement my income. I gave myself choices now. And then gradually I got tired of being the only female in the office. I was the only female, the only Black girl engineer in my entire office. So when Riley's school would call and say, hey, Riley's running a fever, or Riley fell down on the playground, I'm having to go in and cancel meetings. And so everyone's looking at me like, oh, well, why do you have to leave? Because it's nothing but males. Most of them have wives that they can send, or maybe their wives are stay-at-home moms that could go pick the kid up if the child was at daycare and hurt. But here I am, Riley, I'm all Riley had. So I'm leaving work. They're looking at me crazy. I'm having to take reports home, take this home. And I just got tired of that. So, you know, I went and worked a little bit harder to where I was able to leave my job completely and work from home. So now I am a full-time work from home mom. I replaced my salary with the state of Florida because we all know state jobs do not pay a lot. I replaced my salary and I'm a work from home mom now. So now my days look like me waking up. I'm not rushing to take Riley to school. She's in pre-K now. So it's a little bit more flexible. It's not like she's going to get in trouble if she's late for school. But I have that flexibility to wake up. If she's having a bad morning, I'm not like rushing her out the door. We're able to sit down, chill, relax until she perks up because she's not a morning person, and then take her to school. I'm able to pick her up early or whatever time I choose to. I'm not missing gymnastics. There were so many times that I had to like call people and say, hey, can you pick Riley up because this meeting is running late? Or I'm out in the field and I'm not going to be able to pick Riley up at 4 to take her to gymnastics. Or some days I just would not take her. She knew every Wednesday she had gymnastics and she would take her uniform with her to school. And so I would go pick her up at like 6 o'clock, like her daycare closed at 6, so like 5:59. And she's like, okay, mommy, we're going to go to gymnastics. And I'm like, nah, baby, we missed practice because mommy had to work. So I got tired of that. So now I have that flexibility to pick her up on time, to take her to gymnastics, cheerleading, to ballet, take her to the park, go get ice cream. And we're not rushing. We go home, do homework. Those are my hours with her. So I work during the day while she's at school. When she gets home, it's her time. And then when she goes to bed, I'm back on calls, training my team, talking to new business partners, enrolling new customers and stuff like that. And I'm able to work my business with her. So even over the summer, last summer, she stayed home with me. So when I'm taking her to all these extracurricular activities, I have on It Works stuff. A lot of times people come up to me without me having to even open my mouth. Or maybe I'm talking to moms that are sitting there, we're waiting on our kids, and they ask me what I do. Not only do I say I'm an engineer, but I'm also a brand ambassador for a health and wellness company. And that's a conversation starter. They're going to want to know what you do, Or maybe they saw my magnet out in the parking lot and they give me Rap Cash for rap. So I'm getting like customers and business without even opening my mouth. So that's a really, really great thing about this business is it's something that you can kind of bring into your everyday life. You're not going out of your way to run your business really. So yeah, that's a day in the life of my life now compared to what it was before.
That's great, Makayson. I like that you brought up the fact that you can add this business right into your regular day. Like you don't have to, because a lot of people feel like they don't have time. They don't have time. But basically what we do is we add it on to our regular day. If in case you can't see, Vanessa is holding her baby right now. And Vanessa, what does a day in the life of Vanessa look like?
So now it looks like me being able to be home with, so this is Mason. When Michael was little, I only could stay home with him the 12 weeks, right? And so for me to send him to daycare, and then, like I said, we were in Virginia, so we didn't have any family up there. That like broke my heart, because I don't know, like once you become a mom, it's just like you think things different. You cry about everything. You're just really emotional, right? So for me, I was just like, I don't want to send my baby to daycare, but I had to. And at the time, I was, like I said, 12 months. So now, since I've been in it works, like I've been able to, I'm still working as a school social worker. We moved to Florida. So like I said, I got laid. So before it works, I was told I was going to be laid off. And if I was to stay, I would be able to get unemployment, but I would have had to stay till June. My husband got a job opportunity, so to bring us back to Florida. So we left in May. So of course, if I leave before June, I can't get unemployment. So it works because it works with my income. Because I knew I was moving to Florida, I wasn't gonna have a job and I wasn't gonna have daycare for Michael. So I was staying home with him until I found something. So finally I found a daycare for Michael so that I could go, look for something to do as far as work, because I still wanted to do school social work. Like I went to school to do social work. I love working with the kids. And so that's what I wanted to do. And at the time, like I said, It Works was just like money so that I could be a 10-month social worker and I could be off over the summer and not have to get a part-time job over the summer. So got a job with OCPS here in Orlando as a school social worker, and I did not have to get a 12-month position. Like now that I have Mason is 6 weeks, and I can stay home with him. So I'm gonna be able to stay home with him. And mind you, we do not get paid over the summer. I'm not getting paid right now. So It Works has been like just that supplemental income, replace my income, match my income. It's just been all of that for me. And it's just been amazing for us because my husband and I are just able to dream bigger as far as paying off debt. We bought our first house. May will be a year since we've been in our house here in Orlando. To be able to furnish our home with It Works checks, like it's just been amazing. Like if I did not have this opportunity, like I don't know what I would have done when we moved here. Right when I got laid off, because I didn't have unemployment. I didn't have the opportunity to do that because it was a matter of, do I stay in Virginia by myself with Michael, or do I come with my husband? And of course I'm coming with my husband. Because I had It Works, that I was able to do that. And I just love that this opportunity just aligns with my personal morals as far as faith, fun, and friendship. This company is a faith-based company, and I just really, really love that because I always said if I get into something, like it has to align with what I have going on personally. And it just aligns right with what we have going on as a family, as my personal values, personal goals. And it's just been a blessing for me and my family. So yeah, I'm able to stay home with my son, and I'm going to be home with him, and hopefully I don't know. We'll see what happens after this summer. But what I really, really appreciate is that I don't have to get a job this summer or have to worry about income this summer. Because that before It Works, I would have had to get a part-time job if I wasn't 12 months.
Okay, Antoinette, what does the day in your life look like?
All right, so I don't know if y'all were seeing me run back and forth through through the screen. That is what my day looks like. So I'm a stay-at-home mom too, and I have a 2-year-old. She's about to be 3 in 2 weeks, and I have a 5-month-old that'll be 6 months in a week. So just know that my days are just like that. I'm running around. That's why I love the way that we named this call Mama's on a Mission, because I'm super on a mission trying to retire my husband, because it's tiring. It's very, very tiring to, do a million things. So that's what my day looks like. I'm literally waking up. I do my devotionals, like Courtney was saying. And then my husband, he works like a weird shift. So I'm making breakfast, still feeding the kids, and then I'm still working my business. And it's so easy, because it's funny. A lot of times, a lot of people say, well, they don't have, time to work this business because they have to do this, do that. And it's so much things that I can just intertwine into my day. So let's just say, for example, I get up in the morning, I make a post, and I'm just able to say, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then, sorry, y'all, I'm like trying to, my daughter just turned up the TV. So can y'all hear that? Y'all can see I'm just all over the place at this point. So yeah, that is my day. I'm literally just running around with the chicken off, with the head cut off. And I'm just able to still work this business, because I feel like the more busy that I am, the more I'm able to show moms like me who aren't able to just sit down and relax that you can do this business. And I'm still able to, have time with my husband, have time to talk to my team, have time with my daughters. So that is what my day looks like. We can't hear you.
Mackenzie kind of told us her before and after, like what she was doing before It Works and how her life has changed since It Works. So Antoinette, like, you went to college, right?
Right.
Did you ever get a job after you got out of college?
I did. I always say my first corporate job, but I only was there 3 months.
I don't think they count.
No.
As you can see, I just want to show you guys that Makaysa, Antoinette, and Vanessa all went to college. Vanessa is semi-working because she don't plan on going back to work, but she's semi-working in the field that she went to college for. Makaysa has quit what she went to college for. Antoinette never went into what she went to college for. Courtney had a corporate America job where she was working for 8 years right out of high school, right into corporate America, that she no longer does. My little road was a little bumpier than the rest of theirs, but again, I've been to school for a couple different things that I do not do at this time. So we all kind of thought we were going one way and kind of shifted to the next way. So I'm going to go right ahead into the next question. What do you think is the biggest misconception about this business? Vanessa, you go ahead. I was going to call Courtney.
Okay. I think the biggest misconception is people don't have time. People don't have time, or, I don't have time for a business like this. People get into this business because they want more time. They want more time with their family. They want more time with their kids. They want more time to vacation. And sometimes it just takes more money to do that. And to be able to have an extra income or supplemental income, or this is your main income, that gives you more time and more freedom to do something, because you're working your own business and you're not stuck working somebody else's dreams. Like, you're working on your own. You're not stuck at a desk all day, because you have time to maybe go down to a part-time position if you still want to work, or just match your income, or not supplement your income, but you basically match the income that you're making at a regular 9-to-5, and just basically have your own business and continue just to build a legacy for your kids, for yourself. And you don't have to be a mom. It could just be you and yourself. Like, if you want to invest, you want to buy a house, you have goals on your own, you want to travel the world, this business opportunity gives you that freedom to do that, because you have just a little bit more income, you have just a little bit more time, and it's just I don't know, it's just this opportunity also just has, because we do so much together as far as trips and stuff, our last trip, I was about to have my baby on the last trip, y'all. So, and Anthony can tell you. So it's just the experience that we go through, the friendships that we make. You definitely have time. The busier the person, the busier you are, the better you are, because you're not sitting at home all day. You're out, you're seeing people, you're doing stuff, you're busy, you know? And if you got a cell phone, you got time anyway. So I think that's the biggest misconception, is just people don't have time.
Courtney, what do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions?
So my computer died, so I don't know if this was already said, but I think one of the biggest misconceptions is I'm not a salesperson. Has somebody already said that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm not a salesperson. So I think a lot of times people get so caught up in like, oh, you know, I don't know how to sell. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not a good salesperson. I'm not very aggressive. I don't have it in me to try to convince someone as to why they need what I have. This business, I give the analogy of the difference between a car salesman and a realtor. Okay. I am not a car salesman. So I don't, I feel like a salesman is someone that's going to try to pitch you everything and let you leave until you buy whatever they have. And they're going to try to push it. They're going to be very aggressive. You know what I mean? You may have come on a lot just to browse, but they're not letting you leave this lot if you ain't bought a car. And they're going to tell you everything in the book to try to get you to buy this car. Mm-hmm. I'm not that person. In comparison to a realtor. Okay, a realtor is just there for when you are ready to purchase your home. You already know what kind of house you want. You know the neighborhood you want to live in. You know the what you want in your house. All you need that realtor to do is find it. Is find that perfect house for you. You already want the house, so the realtor doesn't have to convince you why you need a house. They're not going to beg you to buy the house. They're not going to be aggressive in trying to get you to buy the house. Either you want the house or you don't want the house. If you don't want the house, they're going to move on to their next client who wants the house. You know what I mean? And that's what we do. So we have what you need. You know, we're that realtor. You know, we're the brand ambassadors. We have what you need. So if you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to grow your hair out, if you're looking to, you know, tighten, tone, and firm, we got what you need. It's all about, do you want it or not? You know what I mean? And if you're not interested, cool, no pressure. We're not going to try to convince you. It's not my job to convince you that you need to lose weight. That's something that you got to want for yourself. You know, it's not my job to convince you that you need to grow your edges back. That's something that you got to come to terms with, sis. I'm not here to convince you of why you need to do these things. Like, you have to want it for yourself on your own. And then I am just the provider. I got what you need. I'm going to give it to you. So and then on top of that, like, how we're even getting people to the point where they want what we have is we're using the product. So I actually use the product and I get results and I share them, which makes people interested. So I'm like a walking billboard, literally, for my brand. So I'm using the hair, skin, and nail pills. I'm using the stretch mark cream. I'm using the wraps. I'm using the 2-day cleanse. You know what I mean? I'm using the face wash. I'm using all of these different products, and I'm showing you guys what I use. And then you become interested based on that. And people become interested based on your amazing results. Like, so your results are undeniable. Like, once they see you using the stuff, it's like, okay, now I'm watching a real person that's using the actual products and that are interested. So I think that's like the absolute most common misconception is I'm not a salesperson.
And I agree, Courtney. It's not our job to convince you of anything that you have going on in your life. It's not our job to convince you that you're broke and you need extra money. You know that. I mean, when the time
you knew you was broke when you met them, sis. So right,
when the time is right to come. I wanted to say, I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that this is a scam. One of my business partners, one of my mentors today, made a post that said, I saw your check and it was so small. I said it was a scam. You saw my check and it was so much. You thought it was a scam. So we even. Like, a lot of times people think this is a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. I don't know if people don't know what pyramid schemes are, but our business has been around now for 17 years. 17 long. That would be the longest running pyramid scheme ever. Our business has been around for 17 years. It is a legit business. All of these ladies who you see on here tonight have made good money from it. All of us have been in for years. Can y'all get this lady out the comments, please? All of us have been in this business for years. We're raising our families off of it. We're building legacies with it. We're building homes. We've been able to quit our jobs. We've been able to, and we can see people that look like us that are millionaires. So we know that we're going to be millionaires. Opposed to these jobs out here where you don't know who's over you. You never get to meet who's ahead of you. You never get to meet your CEOs and the people who own your businesses and things like that. And you're never going to reach the level most of the time to own a business or be the CEO or be at the top. You might not even reach upper management. You might never reach upper management. Can somebody put it out? And that is the biggest, I think that is the big misconception that this thing is a scam. Oh, it's not going to work. Oh, just basically it's pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. I hear the word pyramid scheme thrown out so much. And the biggest pyramid scheme ever, I'm tell y'all a secret. Don't tell nobody I told y'all. But the biggest pyramid scheme ever, yes, come close. It is those jobs, especially those corporate America jobs. You know those ones you've been there for 20 years and you don't even know the people that work on the top floor? Scam. That's what it is. Scam. And we're not let me back this up because we have to get these. We're not telling you to go quit your jobs. Everybody might not want to quit their job. Courtney said when she first got on here, she loved her job. Everybody thinks they love their jobs and everybody think they have a good job. You always think your job is good, your money is good until you see what good money look like. Because people tell me all the time, oh, I got a good job. Oh, my good job. Oh, my good job. And I'm not trying to stop you from going to your good job, sis. Courtney not trying to stop you. Antoinette, McCase, and Vanessa. None of us are here to stop you or to deter you from your good job. But what we are telling you is that at the end of the day, if you're going to go to work and work 8 hours for somebody else, how much money are you going to invest in you? How much money are you going to put into you to build your own business, to build your own legacy? Because when you die, before they bury your body, somebody else going to be in your cubicle. I hate to bring it to you, but somebody else kids' pictures, they're going to take them churn pictures and put them right on top of your churns or snatch your churn pictures down and throw them in the trash and all that before your body get cold. Okay? So, on to the next question.
Can I share something real quick, Anthony?
I was just going to say.
Okay, so when I worked at this manufacturing plant, I'm just give y'all a little background. So a lot of the people there, it was South Georgia. So if you had a job at Procter & Gamble or Conagra or any Miller Brewers or, Budweiser, you were popping, because you had a manufacturing job with no degree. These people were working on the actual line. So when I say lines, they are, actually packaging the product. So a lot of these people were working those 7-day shifts like I was all their life. I'm looking at them how the heck have y'all been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years? I've been doing it for a few years and I'm about tired. And so there was this older man who worked on line A. Each line had a number attached to it. So he worked on line A. He was the shift leader. He thought he had a popping job. He probably wasn't making more than, I say, $35,000 a year, but his job was popping to him. Yes. So the year that I left the company, he died. He didn't even get to enjoy retirement. That was all he would talk about was, I'm going to retire in 2 years. I'm turning in my paper in 2 years. He didn't even make it to 2 years. But you know what? He had spent all his life doing, working 7 days a week, slaving for $35,000 a year, if that. So just imagine that, we work so hard for retirement. Our parents have always taught us, get a good job, make sure you have a 401k, make sure you have a job with benefits. And then we work so hard to 65, 70 years old, and it's too late to enjoy any of that. It's too late. Live for today. Work hard in your young age so you can retire and live free when you get older. Enjoy life. And money doesn't, it's not all about the money, but money gives you freedom. It gives you choices. You have choices to work part-time. You're not to come to working 7 days a week. You can say, I don't want to work on weekends anymore. It gives you those choices to walk away from your job if you choose to. I love being an engineer. Heck, some days I'm like, man, I wish I had a report to write or some numbers to crunch. But at the back of my head, I'm like, I don't want to go back to work and have somebody telling me when I have to work, how many reports I need to put up at the end of the month. That's not for me. So, you know, it gives you that choice to choose your family, to choose more time to travel. It just gives you choices. So just think about that. No one's telling you to quit your job. It's your job. Like, just like Anthony said, when that man died, I bet the next week his job was on Indeed and somebody was happy thinking they had lucked up on a gold mine. So just think about that. No one is going to care about you working hard for these people for 40 years. No one's going to care, because the next day that you die, your job is going to be on Indeed, waiting for somebody else to get it. So I just wanted to say that too. Can I say one more fear, misconception? Okay, so the thing that no one will support you. I hear that all the time. I was talking to somebody today. Well, I don't think anyone's going to support me if I start something like this. I don't have a lot of friends. Well, when I started, I thought I had a lot of friends. I thought I had a lot of friends, a lot of family that was going to support me. I could just text them. Like, I went crazy just texting everybody in my address book. You know what happened? It was crickets. Nobody said, oh, sure, Makaysa, I would love to purchase hair, skin, nail vitamins from you. I would love to purchase the wraps from you. Nobody. I had to beg, just grab my sister's credit card to get her in the system. I put both of my sisters in the system and my mom. And I posted on social media. No one bit from any post that I made. If anything, people were contacting my mom like, oh, is Makaysa part of the scam now? Why is Makaysa, you know, she went to school for engineering. Why is she on Facebook begging for money? I'm not begging for money, but what that did was it opened my eyes. I could have easily said, you know, I'm done with this. It's not going to work for me. It works, just isn't for me. But I stuck with it. It took me 5 months to get somebody that was not like in my warm market of people that I knew, my first customer per se that I actually met. And you know what I had to do is teach myself. When you are tired of being in the situation that you're in, every day that I was working 7 days a week, I was saying, you know, I need this for my daughter. I need to make this work. So I taught myself how to build my network on social media. I would post every day. I'm adding new people, and 95 to 98% of my business are from people that I've never met before in my life, off Instagram and Facebook. So get that misconception out of your head that people will not support you. There are millions of people in this world that, you know, need something like this. We're open in over 21 different countries. So we're not just even confined to the US. So you have millions of people out there that will support you. Sometimes strangers will support you before people you know will support you. They want to see that you're going to make it first, and then they'll contact you. Oh, okay, so you still selling those hair vitamins 3 or 4 years later, and then they want to order. So just think about that. There are millions of people out there that will support you. So do not let that be a fear of yours at all. Okay, so that's all I had.
Okay, that was the misconception. Antoinette, do you want to add on to what you think one of the misconceptions is about this business?
The only misconception that I was going to say is when I was in college, a lot of times the reason why, can you hear me? Okay. All right. So the biggest misconception that a lot of people had always said is they don't have the money to dish out. So, a lot of times when I would tell them, you know, that it's $99 to join, they would think of it, one, like you were saying, the pyramid scheme. But a lot of times they were like, well, I don't have money to buy the products, things like that. And sorry, she's just out there. But yeah, so what I told them is I got to hustle. I was rapping people all the time, putting extra money in my pocket. Whereas really, I didn't even, every time I would spend something, I was getting something back tenfold. So that's a huge misconception of, oh, I need so much money to start this business, when you really don't. You just need that hustling spirit to go out and get it and to multiply it. So that's another misconception I always get when people are scared of joining because they don't have money. Unmute yourself.
Why do I keep being on mute? Like, I got little kids over here. I was going to stick with Antoinette. Go ahead. This is the last question of the night. I just wanted to know, if someone is on the fence about joining this business, what would you say to them?
So if someone was on the fence about joining this business, I would tell them to just jump. You know, a lot of times we say we're praying and all the above. And I know they're loud. I'm sorry, but we're mamas on a mission and we're doing it. So I would just say, stop saying that you're praying, sis, and that you're waiting for God to show you a sign, because a lot of times he's waiting for you to move and then he will bless you behind you. So that's something that I would say to someone who is on the fence about joining. Just join. It's 99. It's a dream that literally got us up to 5,000-6,000 a month. So it's something that I know that everyone can do if they put their hearts to it.
All right. And Makesa, if you know someone is on the fence, or if someone is on the fence about joining this business, and you could just tell them one thing, what would it be?
Just jump. Stop looking for jobs and look for opportunities. So many times when we need extra income, we go out and get more part-time jobs. Stop looking for jobs. These jobs, you'll work, Anthony's is working 5 jobs and was still broke. So go out there and look for an opportunity where you can write your own paycheck. So that's my main thing, is just jump. Stop overthinking it. I put the $99 on my credit card. I'm one of those people that research everything. So I had researched It Works. And then it was just God. God was like, you just need to do this. And I just did it. I put it on my credit card and haven't looked back since. So just jump. I mean, you don't have anything to lose. And especially right now, you have nothing to lose. If anything, you're getting over on It Works by paying $99. And I'll just leave it like that, because you're getting so much free product.
Okay. Okay. And Vanessa, if you had to tell somebody one thing, what would it be?
Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So if you think that, if you come in saying, or you talk to somebody and you saying, I don't think somebody will support me, that shows me right there that you don't believe in yourself. You first have to believe in yourself before you want anybody else to believe in you, before you can go and talk to anybody else about an opportunity, because first of all, you have to be confident in yourself. So be confident, believe in yourself, and know that God is not going to bring you to an opportunity that he's not going to help you grow or help you through. A lot of times we look for opportunities, and it's right here in front of our face. Like, this is the sign you've been looking for. So just believe in yourself. And like I said, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to. And like Makesa said, just invest in yourself. Stop trying to invest in other people. Like, invest in yourself, believe in yourself, and you'll be fine.
All right, Courtney, what would you tell them if they're on the fence? You're on mute.
I know, I had to unmute myself. What would I say to somebody that's on the fence about working their business? Like everybody else has said, just jump. Like, honestly, think to yourself, what do you got to lose? Especially if you broke. Like, what do you have to lose? You already at the bottom. Look at your bank account right now. Can you spare to not make any more money? You know what I'm saying? I think that people get so caught up on, it's $99. What if? What if you get in this business and you kill it? What if you make an extra $1,000? Just an extra $1,000 in your first month. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. Like, and on top of that, y'all, let me think, $99, it really isn't no money. And people say, oh, $99 probably ain't no money to you. Let me tell y'all something, okay? You have probably spent way more than $99 in this week. You done probably spent $10 a day on food alone, okay? So in a week and a half, that's your $99, sis. Not to mention, y'all know y'all about to run them stores up with that Easter money, because Easter coming up. Baby's got to have new dresses, new shoes, new bows, new socks. I know my baby do. What if you spare some of that money, even half of the money that you're about to spend on all of those things, and invested? So next year, this time, when Easter roll around again, you ain't got to beg your kid's daddy for some money to get your baby Easter clothes, okay? Come on, sis. So you ain't got to beg. You ain't got to ask your mama, can she loan you $100 so you can get your baby Easter stuff? Like, you can have that money to do it on your own. So think about it like that. So many people are caught up in what they got going on right now that they can't see past, they can't see past their circumstances. So if you can take a minute to kind of see past your circumstances and where you are right now and where you want to be, and how investing $99 can legitimately, each and every one of these people that are on this call, we are mothers, some of us single moms, okay, that invested only $99 in this business, okay, and made our money back and then some. An average $6,000 a month, you guys. And and honestly, we ain't average. You know what I'm saying? Average $6,000 a month. you guys, $99 can legitimately change your life. And like we said before, I'm not in the business of trying to convince nobody as to why you should join this business. Each one of us are living proof. We started this business as regular people. We ain't got no superpowers. You know, we're not. Me personally, each one of these ladies have said that they have degrees and college degrees. I have no college degree, no fancy certificates. I joined this business with no sales experience, no marketing experience, no prior experience at all. Okay, so jump. That's it. All I got.
Okay, and I'm just gonna before I close out, I want to go back to a couple of things that we talked about. First off, like I told you before, we're all moms. My story is a little different from the other ladies. They all have small kids. I have big kids. So staying at home mom thing is not my thing. I guess I'm like a work, and I'm not even a work from home mom. I'm a work on the go kind of mom. But the way that I got into the business, I told you all that, but the way the business has changed my life is what I wanted to go back to. I told you all when I started this business, I was working 5 jobs. I never wanted to be the mama that had to work 5 and 6 and 7 jobs, because my whole life I watched my mom work at least 3 jobs at a time. She would go from this thing to that thing, this thing to that thing. I was telling somebody, I remember she used to ride the bike to be able to make sure that me and my brothers, were okay. So I never wanted to be that mom, but I always knew that I had to take care of my kids. I had these kids. I'm a single mom. I'm the only person they got, so I had to make it happen. I was working 5 jobs and I was on food stamps. I wanted to be on food stamps so bad. I wanted to give up those jobs so bad. I knew that my kids needed me. They needed me to be there. I just told y'all they wanted to play basketball. They wanted to play football. But if I didn't work all those jobs, how was I going to pay for that? So here I am stuck between a rock and a hard place. Either I work the jobs to be able to take care of the kids, or I don't work the jobs and the kids don't have what they want or what they need. So I had been to school for plenty of things. I was in school at that time for business administration. I had a medical assistant certificate. I had an esthetician certificate. I thought I wanted to do nursing. I thought I wanted to do this. I thought I wanted to do that. I was really kind of like going wherever the money was going. Like if I could make more money doing this, I'd try this. I knew I had to take care of my babies. Like that was the biggest thing for me. So when I started this business, I was working all those jobs and I was still on food stamps. So to let y'all know, I was still broke. Like I needed out of that situation. I needed it out, and I did not know how I was going to get out, but I knew I wanted to get out. I knew that my kids deserved more. I knew that I was going to be able to give them more. I knew that it was Christmases that I couldn't afford to buy them nothing for Christmas, and I'm out here working 5 jobs. And so many times I reach out to people and they tell me all the time, I don't have time for this because I got this many jobs. I don't have time for that because I'm doing this. I have 3 jobs. I'm taking care of 3 kids. I'm doing this. It's like, stop looking for jobs and look for opportunities. Stop waiting on somebody else to give you a handout. You got to go out and get it from yourself. We work this business from our phone. I started making $5,000, $6,000 a month laying in my bed on my cell phone working this business. But what I did not do is I did not think that the money was going to fall in my lap. That's a big misconception too. A lot of people are like, oh, this don't work. It do work if you work it. If you want more, if you want to do better, if you want more for your kids, you want more for yourself, you don't have to have kids. It's a lot of people that's in this business that don't have kids. One of my girls don't have a child nowhere in sight, no one none, but she likes to travel. So she uses this money as her travel money. She was able to quit her job that she was on for 5 years, and she's using this money to be able to travel. But you got to want it for you. None of us are here to sell you anything. None of us are here to try to convince you to do anything. None of us are here to try to make you believe that what we're telling you is true. We're showing you that these are the lives that we're living. You have Antoinette, who went to college, worked 3 months when she got out of college. She's a stay-at-home mom. She don't never plan on going back to work. She has money to be able to invest into things, to give her kids things, to pass things down, legacies down to her children. Antoinette has a newborn. Vanessa has a newborn baby. Vanessa's supposed to go back to work in August. Vanessa don't plan on going back to work. She probably ain't gonna tell you that, but she don't plan on going back to work. And with this business, she don't have to, because she's making this business work for her. So she ain't going back and claiming it. She's making this business work for her. We have Makasa. Makasa is an engineer. Do y'all know, like, when I think of engineers, another young lady on this call, Ashley, she's a lawyer. These ladies are lawyers and engineers, stuff you go to school for half of your life, and they are not working well. They are, Ashley's still a lawyer. They still engineers and lawyers, but they are working a business from their cell phone. Do y'all know how big that is? And y'all around here telling us that y'all are medical assistants that went to school for 8 months and you can't quit your good job. Sus, it ain't that good. I'm talking about me personally, because I had a job. Before the 5 job situation, I had a job. I was a medical assistant supervisor. I was making $18 an hour, and you couldn't have told me nothing about my good job till they fired me from my good job. Then I didn't have a backup plan. What is your backup plan? What are you going to do if those people decide to say that tomorrow, so we cutting these positions? What you going to do? What you going to do? Especially if you're a single mama. What you going to do? If you're not a single mama, if you are a wife and your husband depends on you to help him pay them bills, what you going to do? Since I have started this business, I was able to get off public assistance. I was able to quit all those jobs. I've been able to get my credit. Like, I didn't even care. I wasn't doing no credit checks before I started this because I didn't care about no credit. What I'm checking for? What am I checking for? I have been able to raise my credit score in less than a year. Like, my credit score has jumped. Like, it's just different things that this business gives you a different mindset. It puts you in a different place. It puts you around positive people. It puts you around people. Like, some people don't have nobody ever in their corner. Nobody ever to push them and tell them, sis, you need to do that. Some of y'all are always pouring into people, patting people on the back, picking people up, and you don't have anybody to do that for you. But this business will give you that. So it's not just all about the money. It's not all just about freedom, friendship, and fun. That's our motto. We have a lot of fun. Everybody that has spoken on this call tonight, those are what I call my accountability partners. But more than my accountability partners, they are my friends. And we have built a friendship through this business. I ate tuna tartare, and I'm going to tell everybody, but I ate tuna tartare in Grand Rapids, Michigan last year because of this business. That would have never happened if I was not a part of this business. Because first off, I ain't trying no tuna tartare with my own money. The little bit of money I do have, I want to pay for the tuna tartare with that. So I would have never got to eat no tuna tartare, and I would have never been in Grand Rapids, Michigan, because what I'm going to Grand Rapids, Michigan for. So I just want y'all to know that this business it's outside of you got to think outside the box. You got to stop saying you're too busy. You're not too busy. I had 5 jobs and I made it work. You ain't busier than me. And I was able to start my own boutique. Like, I've always wanted to have, and it was just things that it makes you be business minded. It makes you want more. It lets you see that it is more out there and you can go get it if you stop doubting yourself. If you believe that you deserve it. If you go after it. If you put in the work. Like, you can put those jobs aside. And again, you might love your job. You might think you love your job until you start making 5 figures a month in your bed off your cell phone. It ain't no job out there better than that. And I'm sorry, but it's not. And I just want to say, if you are on the fence, if you are thinking about it, stop thinking what you waiting on. I went and got dinner for me and my kids tonight, and dinner was $47 or something. Another dinner, that's 2 dinners for $47 is enough to sign me up. I thank God that I didn't want Ashley to feel like I had wasted her time, so I decided to come up. Because if I had not found this opportunity, I'd have still been working. I probably would have been on 7 jobs by now, because these kids done got way bigger than they was when I first signed up. But they cost a little bit more. So I just want you guys to know, if you are on the fence, if you are a mama, if you're not a mama, if you are a woman, man, anybody can work this business. Anybody that's 18 years or up, stop thinking about it. Stop putting the money to the side. Stop saving the money. Spend that money you got. Sacrifice them bundles. Sacrifice getting your lashes filled in this week. Sacrifice getting your nails. You don't get your lashes done this month, and you can get your lashes done for the rest of your life without having to worry about it. Don't get your hair done one time. You can get your hair done forever without ever having to think twice. What could $500 a month do for you and your family? It can pay your cable bill and your light bill. What could $1,000 a month do for your family? It can pay your car note or your car insurance. Do y'all know how many times I had to run from the repo man? We're not gonna that's a whole nother, that is a whole nother. We'll be on this call all night, y'all. But I was on high speed chases trying to keep them people taking my car, because I needed my car to get my 5 jobs. Do y'all understand? Like, you have to break those cycles. You have to break those cycles. Like, you have to want more, but we can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. It's somebody out there that needs this. It's somebody out there who is looking for something. You don't know what you're looking for. You might not even know what you was getting on here for tonight, but this is for you. I'm talking to you. For those of you who are on, who are not already distributors, and you didn't know what you was getting on here for, you ain't never heard of It Works, or you done heard of It Works, and your sister, auntie, cousin told you it don't work, it didn't work for them, it can work for you. Don't let nobody stop you and make you miss your blessing. Stop thinking about it and do it. And that's all I got to say. Antoinette, do you have anything else you want to say before we end this call tonight? Nope.
Join.
All right. Vanessa, anything you got to say before we leave?
No, thank you all for joining us tonight.
All right, Makesa?
Nope, that was all.
Courtney?
Nope, you covered everything.
All right. So,
I
again,
do want to say one last thing real quick. as y'all can see how my days are, that clearly shows you can do this business. Like,
anybody can do it.
Okay, if my life is lit like this, you can do it too.
Anybody can do it. Hold on, I'm reading these chat. If anybody have any questions, let me read through these questions right fast. Come on now. I need supposed to be like this.
It's a lot of comedy in these.
Yes.
Comedy in this.
Yes. But y'all, like, this is our real life. Like, y'all are watching our lives. Like, Antoinette has a 2-year-old and a newborn baby. There's a baby that's less than 1 year old. Vanessa has a 4-year-old and a baby that is like 2 months, 3 months. Makaysa has a 5-year-old. Courtney has a son that is like 18 months. And y'all know boys, when they be 18 months, they be like Tasmanian devils. You know, and she has a daughter that's in dance. And like, I have 2 teenagers.
He would be right here on me right now if he wasn't. He's away right now. He ain't home tonight. But if he was, he'd be sitting right here next to me on the phone, climbing on my back. Y'all have seen me pushing him off. Yeah.
So we don't have any special powers. We don't have anything. It's nothing special about us. We're just 5 girls who decided to say yes. We're 5 girls who decided to go for it. And we're making it happen. We'll all be making 5 figures a month within the next 60 to 90 days. And don't you get left behind. Come make some of this money with us. And that's all we got to say. Thank y'all for joining us. Get back with the person who invited you to this call and get signed up tonight. Thank y'all. Good night.
Good night, everybody.